What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is May 2024 and I just looked on my channel. It's been about 7 months since I posted a video. It has been a long, cold winter here in Vermont as always, and you can see outside it's cold, it's raining, it's windy. Pretty typical for Vermont here in the springtime, but we have had a couple of sunny days and all the snow's melted, and I have been taking the Rabbit and the GTI out for a few drives already. And if you've been watching, you will have seen in the last video, I buttoned up a few things that made the Rabbit kind of just ready to drive. And I'm happy to report, end of last year, I was ripping it around town. I've already had it out a couple of times this year. And it's finally at a point where it's just reliable to drive. I can get in, I can turn the key, and I can just drive it. I don't have to worry about it breaking down on me. Now, in the last video, I feel like I kind of left you folks on a cliffhanger. I said I had a big reveal. Well, I purchased at the end of last year a new daily driver. I got an RS3. Now, that has been a kind of dream car for me for the last couple of years. The prices of used ones finally came down enough where it came into my budget, so I picked that up. That's my daily. I drove it all winter. I threw some studded snow tires on it. The thing is already APR tuned and it freaking rips. So that's a super fun daily. I then have the GTI, which is basically a show car, and then the Rabbit, which is like the run around town, get ice cream car. And yeah, like I said, just been enjoying it, reliable, cruising around town in it. But begs the question, what is next for the Rabbit? At the end of the last video, I said I purchased a few more parts for it. So what I'm actually gonna do is I shot some video last year, which I never got around to editing and uploading. So I'm gonna throw that in now.
Flashback.
It's been a couple of weeks since I've had a chance to work on the Rabbit. Been away on vacation. Me and the wife went over to Iceland for about 9 days. We rented a Volkswagen camper van, drove around the ring road, saw lots of hot springs, waterfalls, glaciers, volcanoes, whale watching. Definitely a once in a lifetime trip. If you're interested in seeing any of that, head over to my other social media channels on Instagram. Check out some of the pictures there. So yeah, cracking on with the Rabbit today as usual. You'll have seen in the last episode, got some more parts coming in. So let's check those out. I have these nice Porsche chrome handles. If you remember coming back from Bag Riders, the key got stuck in the lock right here. It's jammed in there, it won't come out, so got some new handles to put on. And yeah, like I said in the last video, that's something I've wanted to do on a Mark 1 for the longest time, was put some chrome Porsche handles on. So got those to install today, this week or in this episode. What else have I got? Also got some 3-point seat belts. So gonna be figuring those out. I think the easiest thing for me to do is gonna be to pull the passenger seat out, figure that out. I know the bolt location should already be there on the chassis of the car. I just need to figure out where the latch goes on the seat. So I'll figure that out with the passenger seat. It should be nice and easy for the driver's seat. And then the one other thing I have is this little tachometer. So one of the previous owners in the car, I don't think it comes factory, they had installed an oil pressure gauge. Kind of looks like that. And they had mounted that right in the middle underneath the dash using this little bracket. So I ordered a tachometer, which was 52 millimeters in diameter. I can use that same mount, that same bracket. I can mount it in the same location. I can see how high the engine's revving. It's not necessary by any means, and it should result in just a nice, simple, clean install. So those are the 3 things I want to knock out in this episode. Let's set the camera up and get going with that door handle. So I think the door handles are pretty easy to remove and replace. There is this chrome strip on the front. You pop that off. There is one screw there. Then if you open the door, there is another screw right in there. So all you really have to do is take those 2 screws out and the handle should pop right out of the door. So guess what? It doesn't quite work. There's a small design difference or manufacturing difference between the factory handle that I just took off and the new one I'm trying to put on. This little, bracket lever right here is slightly different on the new one, which meant that when I was locking the door, it would lock, but when I went to unlock, the little lever wasn't quite long enough and it was slipping past the catch to actually unlock the door. Obviously, that's no good to anybody. So what I've had to do is take this from the original handle, but it just interferes in a little spot. So you'll see where I've got the black Sharpie. I just need to get the Dremel out, remove that material so it clears the latch mechanism that opens and closes the door, and fingers crossed, it should work. So I'm gonna try and show you as best I can. You can see this lever here, the back one. As it spins, it just clears this bit right here. So you can see the material I've had to grind to get those two to not hit each other. So let's put it back in the door, see if it works. Okay, there we have it. That seems to have worked. Door opens, closes. Lock it, doesn't open, unlock, and open. Great, so that seems to have worked. Let's move on to the passenger side. Now we have the passenger side one. A little bit different on the passenger side. Does not have a lock, as you can see, so even more important that the driver's side works, but same idea, 2 screws, pop the old handle out, pop the new handle in.
Several months later.
And now I'm going to give you a quick update of where we're at so far and what's next for the Rabbit. So first thing I did, let's take a look. I finally got these sweet little Porsche door handles installed. And the lock works, which is cool. I don't have to drive around with the key stuck in the lock anymore. I threw in some 3-point seat belts. So kind of difficult to see. But the belt bolts to the floor. It has kind of the hinge up top. And that just makes it a lot more comfortable to drive. It's also a lot safer having that lap belt instead of just like the 2-point shoulder belt. And the thing I just installed this morning, which is pretty sweet, is, let me grab the keys, because might need the keys for this. Is a little ref counter. Check this out. So that's just kind of a little comfort thing to me. I kind of like to see how high the engine is revving. So yeah, Porsche door handles, 3-point seat belts, the rev counter. What's next? Well, I have some parts on order. Basically, my plan for the car this summer is going to be improving the handling and the drivability of it. So the suspension needs some work. I need to put in a front anti-sway bar or roll bar. The front end's kind of a little wallowy, so to speak. I want to lower it a little bit more, which means I need to do like a tie rod flip kit and a ball joint extension kit to make the geometry a little bit nicer. And I also need to put on a shortened sump and an oil pump from, what is it, like a Mark 4, Mark 5, R32, one of the two, just so I can raise the height of the pan a little bit, so I'm not gonna be in danger of hitting that on anything. What else? I may also want to do a rear disc brake conversion, and then maybe, just maybe, by the end of the summer, I might bag this thing and put it on air ride. I'm kind of in a dilemma though, because end of last year, I went back to my winter job. It didn't leave me much time to actually work on the Rabbit or actually shoot. Those of you who edit videos know that it takes a long time to set the camera up, edit all the footage, post it online. It takes a lot of time to do that, which is time that is taken away from actually working on the car. So I am working a little bit more this summer. I don't know how much free time I'm actually gonna have to work on the Rabbit. And so to make the most of that time, I kind of just want to work on it. I don't know how much editing and shooting I will do of the project, but you guys let me know. Like this video, subscribe if you're not already, drop me a comment, let me know if you want me to keep documenting this build this summer, and if there's enough interest, I'll do it, but I'm not going to waste my time if nobody's going to be into it. So let me know. Okay folks, gonna wrap this video up here. First video of 2024. You guys let me know if you want me to keep shooting and editing. Let me know, and hopefully I'll see you soon.